Hey everyone, in this video we're going to discuss reading passage 3, and I guess the reading passage 3 about something that is related to forests, maybe forest problems, some sort of countries. We don't really know. All right, so passage 3 is we know it is abstract, some sort of a opinion based, let's say passage, right? Text. So we have true, false, no given questions. All right, we have some sort of something related to sentence ending with global understanding. We have what is the best title for reading passage 3. Okay, we have the biological, economic, and recreational roles of forests, plans to protect the forests of Europe, the priority of European research into ecosystems, proposals for a variety, worldwide policy on forest management. Okay. All right. So we have forest problems. I'm gonna take green color here. The forest problems of Mediterranean countries are to be discussed at the meeting of experts. All right. At the next meeting of experts, problems in Nordic countries are excluded because they are outside the European Economic Community. Forests are renewable source of raw material. Biological functions of forests were recognized only in 20th century. All right, just quickly go through that. Forests are one of the main elements of our natural heritage. The decline of Europe's forests over last decade and a half has led to an increasing awareness and understanding of the serious imbalance which threatened them. Okay, I guess so. I need to find forest problems. So I think forest problems. So all right. So we have number one. We have forest here. I'm gonna take yellow color. We have forest, and then we have forest fires, which is related somehow related to fires. We have forest heritage, and growing awareness. We have growing awareness of the needs. All right, of the needs. Okay, we have countries to get together to coordinate their policies. We have this one, and we have Strasbourg hosted first ministerial conference on the protection of the European forest. Okay, we have that one as well, because I noticed that there was something that's related to it. Is it? I guess not really. All right. But still, it would be still some sort of a keyword for us. Okay, the topic discussed included coordinated study for the destruction of forests. All right, there we go. We have the topics discussed included the coordinated study of the destruction of forests. So as well as how to combat. All right, the preparatory work for the conference had been undertaken at 2 meetings. All right, so we have this. All right, their initial task was to decide which of the many forest problems of concern to Europe involved to the largest number of countries, which might be the subject of joint action. Those confined to particular geographical areas. So, right. So we have the word those confined to particular geographical areas, such as countries bordering Mediterranean and Nordic countries. We have Mediterranean and Nordic countries, therefore had to be discarded. However, this does not mean that in the future they will be ignored. Okay, so passage, but the question statements are saying forest problems of Mediterranean countries are to be discussed at the next meeting of experts. Okay, right. So those confined. Right, so we have those confined to particular geographical areas, such as countries bordering the Mediterranean or the Nordic countries, therefore had to be discarded. However, this does not mean that in the future they will be ignored. This means that first 2 meeting of experts did not deal with the problems of Mediterranean countries, and they will be noticed in the future. But okay, that it will be noticed in the future, but it doesn't say when exactly. I'm gonna choose not given for that. So I'm gonna say not given. Okay, I'm gonna put, I guess, let's just make this a red color and bold. All right. Problems in Nordic countries were excluded because they're outside the European Economic Community. No, actually, that's not the answer. So it was said that they were discarded. It was discarded. So I would say this one is answer number 27. So I'm gonna put 27 here. But and also it says that Nordic countries had to be discarded. I'm gonna put 28 here. So I'm gonna put 28 over here. So the discarded means exclude. So that's the false. I mean, why? I think it's, is it false? Yeah, I think it's false because once again, alright, so once again it says, the question says that we're excluded, they're outside the European Economic Community, right? But here it says that Nordic country here is that the problems are particular, special to that geographical area, confined to particular geographical area. So no, that means not, but it's not to all the Europe. So that's basically a false. Forests are renewable source of raw material. So we gotta find raw. So green lung, we have also for humans. At the same time, forests provide. All right. So we have forests provide a raw material for human activities through their constantly renewed production of food. Okay, we have that one as well. At the same time, forests provide a raw material. Yes, they do, because it's constantly renewed production of wood. So I would say that is true. So we're gonna take that as well and make it T. The biological function of forests were recognized only in the 20th century. So we have the word 20th century. We have biological functions. All right. Finally, those condemned to spend 5 days a week in urban environment unrivaled area. Okay, we have to find the 20th century or something related to that. We have few centuries. Let me take that as a yellow. And biological functions. The economic importance of forests has been understood since the dawn of man. Wood was the first fuel. The other aspects have been recognized only for a few centuries. So this is the answer for us. But they're becoming more and more important. So that is answer number 30. I'm gonna take and put 30 there. There we go. And so the answer is false there. I'm gonna put F. Natural forests still exist in parts of Europe. So natural forests, we need natural forests. The myth of natural forests has survived. So they're considering that this is a myth. Natural forest has survived. Yet there are effectively no remaining primary forests in Europe. All Europeans are artificial. So if all Europeans are artificial, then that's probably the answer, I guess. So that's number 31. We have 31 as false. That's okay. Forest policy should be limited by national boundaries. Should it be limited by national boundaries? So we have forest policy. Do we have forest policy? We have a forest policy. Forest policy is vital. Forest policy is vital. That means that it must transcend. So do we have transcend national frontiers and generations of people, and it must allow for the inevitable changes that take place in the forest in needs and hence in policy. That is, forest policy should be limited by national boundaries. So I guess that's a false, because boundaries are synonyms for, it's a synonym for frontiers, and the word be limited, but here it says transcend. Trans means to go beyond the limit. So that is another false for us. So we're gonna put false here. Strasbourg Conference decided that a forest policy must allow for the possibility of change. Okay, Strasbourg Conference. We have Strasbourg Conference was one of the first events on such a scale to reach this conclusion. Okay, so to reach this conclusion, a general I'm sorry for that. a general declaration was made that a central place in any ecologically coherent forest policy must be given to continuity over time and the possible effects of unforeseen events, future events, to ensure that the full potential of these forests are maintained. So this conclusion, when it's saying this conclusion, they're saying what? What are they saying to reach this conclusion? Okay, the Strasbourg Conference was one of the first events on such a scale as this conclusion. So it's saying that it must transcend national frontiers. Okay, allow for inevitable changes. We had inevitable changes. Okay, and thus, so I think that Strasbourg was the first and was one of the first events. To reach this conclusion it means that transcend national frontiers for the inevitable changes. So they're saying that yes, Strasbourg Conference was one to reach the conclusion that there must be a change to take effect. So that is true. That is true for us. I'm gonna take T. I guess I'm gonna put that over here and red color. All right, now we have sentence endings. We have resolution 1 until resolution 6. Now what we're going to do is we have to search for resolutions. Now we have 6 detailed resolutions. We're going to take this time somewhat of a cyan. First proposes the extension and systemization of surveillance sites to monitor forest decline. So we have that one first. So we have first, which is answer number 34. So 34 we have 34. I think, whoops, I'm gonna put that over here. We have 34. Let me just actually maybe make it black and then highlight this with the green color. And we forgot about number 33. So we forgot about 33. I'm gonna make 33 over here and underline that. Highlight it. Let me just real quickly highlight these so that it's easier for us and for the video to navigate through the answers. So we have these ones and we have these ones along with 28, 27, 28. Okay, I guess I forgot 30, 29. So we're not going to waste time for that. So first proposes the extension systemization of surveillance sites to monitor forest decline. Okay, so they're saying that there will be more forest sites surveyed and systematically controlled, meaning or monitored. Okay, forest decline is still poorly understood, but leads to the loss of high proportion of trees needles or leaves. The entire continent and the majority of species are now affected. Between 30% and 50% of the tree population. The condition appears to result from the cumulative effect of a number of factors, with atmospheric pollutants are the principal culprits. Okay, however, the effects are probably accentuated by climatic factors such as drought and hard winters. And okay, fragile mountain forests should be given priority. Survival national forest. European research is debated according to Europe. Loss of leaves and trees should be extensively and carefully monitored. Is it loss of leaves of trees? Most probably, but because it's saying no, loss of trees and leaves and trees. Do we have trees here? We have a tree population, but the answer is probably okay. We have systematically gathered on any decline in the. We have systematically gathered in any decline, so the answer is going to be J. So there we go. We're gonna make that as red color. Okay, we found that, I guess, and then we have we have to find. I'm going to strike through that and strike through this one as well. All right, so we have resolution 2. Okay, we have the second resolution. I'm gonna take this one as well, and maybe put 35 here. I'm gonna put 35 here. All right. Concentrates on the need to preserve the genetic diversity of European forests. All right, there we go. We also have that. Concentrates. The aim is to reverse the decline in the number of tree species, or at least to preserve the genetic material of all of them. So there we go. We have the answer for us. So the second one not proposes, but preserves. And okay, there we go. We have option A. Option A, because it says preserved, meaning saving. So we're gonna take that and put A there. Okay, I'm gonna put A, and I'm going to strike through that. And then we have resolution 3. Now we have to find resolution 3 now. Okay. Okay, we have third resolution here. We have third resolution, so let me take that one. We have 6. We have 36. I'll take that. That the Strasbourg Conference considered the establishment of European data bank on this subject. And also say, although forest fires do not affect all of Europe, but to the same extent, the amount of damage caused the experts to propose as the third resolution that Strasbourg Conference considered this establishment of a European data bank on the subject. Right, so it deals with the need to establish a data bank on forest fires. So what do we have? Soils, sulfur resources, no. Loss of leaves. Okay. It is saying what? Once again, let's just read that one more time. And this one is a 36. So I'm gonna put 36 over here as well, so that I'm not confusing. I won't get confused. So I'm gonna take that. Although forest fires do not affect all Europe to the same extent, conference considered the establishment of a European data bank on the subject. All information used in the development of national preventive policy would become generally available. This is subject to the fourth resolution. We have fourth resolution as well. I'm gonna take that into consideration as well. So I'm gonna put 37 here. So put 37. But so basically, the resolution deals with the need to establish a data bank on forest fires with the and with the information available. I would say that the most suitable answer here should be. So if it's saying what? What is it saying? I mean, it is saying that to consider establishment of a data bank on the subject, all information used in development of national preventive policy would be generally available. So generally available, and okay, generally available means, I would say, as establish a data bank on the subject. Establish a data bank. No, survival natural forest researchers do better coordinate information forest will be cooked. Okay, we have collected and we have collect information. We have established a data bank to collect and be shared. And what else do we have? Loss of leaves. No, I think the option E is the most suitable one. So I'm gonna remove that. And now we have resolution 4. Resolution 4 is saying discussed by the ministers was mountain forests, right? The subject of the fourth resolution discussed by ministers was mountain forests. Proposed developments include, okay, the proposed developments include a preferential research program on mountain forests. Which also gives an answer for okay, I'm gonna put 37 here as well. Alright, so let's take that. Proposed developments Mountain of the forest. So proposed developments include a preferential research program on mountain forest. So it is undoubtedly the mountain ecosystem which is damaged the most rapidly and the most at risk. A thinly scattered permanent population and development of leisure activity, particularly skiing, have resulted in significant long-term changes. Okay, proposing for a professional research program on the mountain forests. Mountain forests. We have preferential research. Soil imbalances? No. Skiing should be encouraged in thinly populated areas? Is it? Particular skiing have a thinly scattered permanent population development of activity. Particular skiing have resulted in significant long-term changes at the local ministers. The discussed by the ministers was mountain forest. This is what it was discussed. Was mountain forests. Proposed developments was okay. I think that so it's a mountain forest, thinly scattered permanent population, which means kind of some sort of a weak place. I don't know. So surviving information. Let's remove that as well because we are already answered here. Loss of leaves. Fragile mountain forest should be given priority on research programs. Is it? So be given priority. Be given priority means, what does be given priority here mean? Preferential, right? I guess preferential, given priority. Yeah, option B. So we're gonna take option B here. We're gonna put that and remove it. Alright, we're gonna remove option B as well. Now we're left with resolution 5. Somehow this one is, we don't want it to be italic. Alright. Okay, we're gonna take that as well. Now, the fifth resolution. We have the fifth resolution, and we're gonna take number 38, right? I guess it was 38. Alright, we have 38. The fifth resolution, relaunched the European Research Network on the physiology of trees, called Eurosilva. Okay, Eurosilva should support joint European research on the tree disease and their psychological and biochemical aspects. Each country concerned should increase the number of scholarships and other financial support for doctoral thesis and research projects in this area. Biochemical aspects. So European research on the trees disease and the psychological and biochemical aspects. So the research deals with developing a research network on tree diseases, along with physiological and biochemical aspects. So that is, the answer saying is, all right. What are they saying? So Eurosilva. So tree diseases here. It is saying tree diseases. So that would definitely be what? Yeah, option G. Because tree diseases, we have tree diseases as the answer for us, and it's going to be option G. I'm going to take that as well, and strike through. Give it a red color, and we're left with resolution 6. Finally, each country, blah blah blah. Finally, the conference established framework of Europe, blah blah blah. This would also be harmonizing activities, identify. So what are they saying? Finally, the conference established the framework for a Europe research network on forest ecosystem. This would also involve harmonizing activities in individual countries, as well as identifying a number of priority research topics related to the protection of forests. Okay. What do we have here? And I would say this one is 39, because finally is a good sign for us. Finally, okay, so finally, the conference established the framework for a European research network on forest ecosystems. That means, and it also says that this would involve harmonizing activities on individual countries, as well as identifying a number of priority research topics related to the protection of forests. So I'm going to put 39 as well here, because it is developing, or maybe given an explanation for us. So okay. So the conference established okay. So they established what? A research framework in Europe, which individual countries would pursue the same activities and have the same priority for research topic. So if that is the case, survival natural, no. I think priority treatment, it's a forest, national forest of Europe do not need it. No. D is the option for us, because the word coordinated is coordinate through Europe corresponds to something that is establishing a European network. It's just a European research network. So yeah, that's going to be the option B for us, right? So yeah, I'm gonna take that and make it bold and remove it. There we go. All right, now we have the last question. The structure of the passage goes from one, posing a need for new policies, blah blah blah, and many more other stuff, right? So the main content is about the ways to improve, I would say. So biological, economic, and recreational role of forests. Is it? I remember that. So biological, economic, and recreational roles of forest. No, it just it's only a no, not really. Let's say that's the answer here. I'm gonna remove that. Plans to protect the forests of Europe? Maybe. I'm gonna underline that. The priority of European research into ecosystem. But here the priority of it's saying that I would say C is correct, because it refers to ecosystems, overall ecosystems, but the passage referred only forest ecosystems. So I wouldn't say the C is also correct. Proposals for a worldwide policy on forest management? Not really, because proposals, it's not a worldwide policy, it's just a European, not a worldwide. So I would say that this is D is going to get eliminated. So we're left with only B. There we go, guys. We answered all the available questions for test number 3, Cambridge number 7. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, smash that like button and subscribe if you found it helpful. Thank you very much, guys, and have a wonderful time.